actually I just bought this new microphone. There are always some issues with my microphone, so I hope this time will be better, the sound will be okay. So please let me know in the commentaries below if there's a better sound. Okay, so what I want to take a look at today. So actually, as you know, I will give you a fresh, just clean update on gold here, what is going on. As you know, I have been bearish on gold. I was looking uh, for more weakness. Actually, if I just recall here, what I have been looking at is I was looking at this ABC bounce, okay, for a flat in wave 2 or wave B. So I was expecting a sell-off for a third leg of decline. This has unfolded very nicely, and the reason why I was bearish, because I was seeing a very aggressive, much better aggressive sell-off on silver, but the 10-year US notes were seeing moving into resistance. Now we have seen a very strong sell-off on metals actually before current recovery occurred, but the 10-year US notes are still trading at resistance. So it's a very tricky price action at the moment, to be honest. But what really is the most important is that I respect what the market is doing at this stage. Okay, what I see after this very nice sell-off, which in fact was a nice move that also where I also put some shorts in play, but obviously these are now closed. So after this move down, I also put an update on Twitter, and I said that at this trend line down there, it was a very key level for gold bulls. Either the support will hold and the market will turn to the upside, or we will see a massive breakout. Because as you know, if you're looking at a corrective decline, okay, what you want to see is that this lower trend line support will limit the weakness for a wave C, and only if you see a bounce away from that trend line, and maybe even then later a break of the upper trend line resistance, then this should be enough of evidence for you that you would label this whole pullback as just a temporary move that belongs to a higher degree uptrend that is still in play. But if on the other hand this same trend line, okay, would be broken decisively, then this would lead to an extended sell-off, to much more fear, which means that this would probably belong to wave 3 rather than wave C, so you would be turning bearish even on a higher degree time frame charts. So what is going on now? Well, notice that we have actually bounced from that trend line and some pips down there very aggressively. Okay, there's still a chance that we are maybe in a deep corrective rise, but what is very important is that I see here no overlapping recoveries, okay, within this advance. So in my opinion, this is an impulse in progress. So I really have to respect what gold is doing, and I would not be surprised if we just retest these 2019 highs. I mean, there was some bad US data that also sent the US dollar to the downside. So if the US dollar will continue to weaken, if stocks will continue to weaken even after some today's later data that will come out, and also we have the non-farm payrolls report. So if this data is really going to be bad, then I think that stocks and there will get even lower after this fear. So when it comes to trading on gold, I will probably wait till non-farm payrolls report, and we'll see what where the market will actually close this week. This week, if we will see just some kind of a slow price action here on a smaller time frame charts, then I would be even maybe looking or willing to establish some long positions. But at the moment, I still think it's very good to stay on the sideline and wait a few more sessions, few more days to make sure that this is really an important new bullish turn that is happening right now. So looking at the stock market, what is probably the most important and has been the most important for my views on stocks was this chart. Okay, it's here. So actually what's going on here is that we have seen quite a strong breakdown here back in August, in the middle of the summer, and now we retested this trend line from the outside a few times. First retest was here, then we also retested here, and then again here. So as long those highs were in place, okay, I have been anticipating a reversal, and I said that this is still a key trend line that can send prices to the downside, but not only because of the trend line, but because of that rise that was in three waves against the previous very strong drop. So in my opinion, it's just my common sense that I respect the Elliott wave structures. Okay, I know that this can be a very long, very big running triangle in progress, but still, even if this would be wave E, it would make sense to look for a turn down from that trend line, right? So in my opinion, stocks are currently in a very unstable position that may continue for the next few sessions. Looking at this, my primary wave count here, now this was my second count, which was obviously invalidated because market crossed and fell into this area. So looking at this primary count, this was a leading diagonal for the first leg of this drop, and what really was concerning about the stocks here yesterday or in this week was actually first very strong push below this trend line support. Okay, you see it right there. And then yesterday I also talked about this with my subscribers, that another important bearish breakout, okay, was this lower trend line, and this is what I also covered earlier, okay, when I said if you see an ABC, just a temporary corrective pullback like we have seen on gold, you will see this trend line to hold. But notice that in this example, this trend line, same application, actually suggests that more bears are happening here. Why? Because we have seen an extended drop through this trend line support. So actually this may put an impulsive decline in play rather than a corrective decline, right? So in my opinion, we may see even more weakness after a bounce. Of course, if the bounce would occur, then the same trend line could act as a resistance for a wave 4, and then maybe we even attack those swings down there, okay? But as I said, everything will depend on the data and interpretation of that data from traders, from investors. I really would not be surprised if this current risk off will remain in the cards, and obviously this could be just positive for gold. Okay, either gold will stay bullish or maybe just sideways, but at the moment, based on what is happening in the last 48 hours or so, I just cannot be bearish gold like I have been maybe last week. Okay, I just watching price action at the moment, and we'll see how this will actually play out. Okay, Tours, thank you very much for your attention. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you're not our member yet, or if you want to try our services, make sure to check our trial for 7 days. Okay, have a good day. Bye.